"Here, hon, let me fix you up so you look the part." A makeup artist covered in tattoos gently interrupted my pacing and guided me to a chair so she could work her magic. For a few minutes, she applied a bunch of creams, serums, and powders to my face, products I'd never heard of, let alone used. This included something amazing that made the bags under my eyes disappear. As she leaned closer, she whispered, "I'm in recovery too, baby. I'm proud of you." It was early in the morning of Monday, September the 25th. The year was 2006. My agent had landed a prime-time live interview for me on Good Morning America, the same day my memoir was officially released in Barnes & Noble bookstores across the country. Broken, my story of addiction and redemption, was on its way into the world, and people were interested. I showed up that morning dressed in a jacket and tie, but I was ragged, hesitating nervously in the green room's doorway. I had looked less like a recovery success story and more like a guy who had partied too hard the night before. Excited and terrified by the prospect of being in such a spotlight, I had barely slept. The magic woman's skill and kindness worked their miracles. I smiled, and even without the makeup, I bet I would have looked better. I felt better. I breathed deeply. I was ready to go. I could hardly believe it. 7 uninterrupted minutes of free airtime one-on-one with journalist Chris Cuomo of ABC Television, and in the next days and weeks, dozens of radio and TV interviews, including with Terry Gross at NPR and Larry King on CNN. People magazine had bought exclusive rights to my story. This kind of national media attention, short-lived as it always turns out to be, is every author's dream, and it was happening to me. When I heard the news about the magazine feature earlier in the year, I called my co-author, Kathy Ketchum, who had just rafted the Colorado River and was sound asleep in a motel. "We got People magazine," I shouted, for she seemed so far away. "People?" she repeated. I imagined her sitting up in the motel bed, smiling ear to ear. All those months of hard work were paying off. "This is big, William, really, really big." It was big, at least it felt that way to me. By the time the 3-page spread filled with photos of my family and me appeared in September of 2006, my life resembled the chart of a 12-year stock market bull run. The upward trajectory was thrilling and hard to believe all at once. I was the author of a hardcover book that felt utterly satisfying to grip in my hands, 347 pages of my life story to share with millions of people. Broken was in the world not just to sell books, though I surely hoped a lot of people would buy it, but to help others who were broken in their addiction and without hope find the inspiration to get well too. After so many years of disaster and failure, and another decade plus of hard work, trial and error learning, and growth in recovery, I finally felt like I had earned the good things that were coming my way.